I demanded my old company pay me as a consultant after they begged for help. So I worked at this manufacturing company for 28 years. I'd seen good managers and bad managers, but nothing prepared me for what happened 2 years ago when our CEO hired this guy named Derek as my new boss. Derek was the most incompetent manager I'd ever seen in my entire career. He'd make these massive mistakes that cost the company thousands of dollars, then somehow my team would always end up fixing his screw-ups while he took credit for the solutions. Like one time, Derek ordered the wrong parts for this huge client project, and instead of admitting his mistake, he told the CEO that my team must have given him bad information. We had to work overtime for 3 weeks to fix his mess while he sat in meetings talking about how he saved the project. 3 people reported to Derek, including me, and all 3 of us went to the CEO multiple times explaining how Derek was destroying our department. Nothing changed. The CEO kept saying Derek just needed time to adjust and that we should be more supportive. After a year of this chaos, one of my teammates quit without notice. That's when I realized I had to get out too. But I'd been there for so long, I wanted to do right by the company, so I gave them 4 months notice instead of the standard 2 weeks. During those 4 months, I created detailed instruction manuals for everything I did. I documented every process, every client relationship, every workflow. Derek never asked me to train him on anything except this one complicated procedure we called Process X, and that was only because the CEO specifically told him he had to learn it. I spent hours training Derek on Process X over 4 different sessions, made him practice it, gave him step-by-step guides, the whole thing. Then I retired and thought I was finally free from that mess. Yesterday, my old teammate Jessica calls me up sounding super stressed. She goes, "We need help with Process X, and Derek won't help us. He says he doesn't remember how to do it." I couldn't believe it. That was literally the only thing he ever bothered to learn. I felt bad for Jessica and the team because they were good people stuck with an awful manager. But I also knew that if I helped them for free, Derek would just take all the credit and act like he solved the problem himself. So I sent a message directly to the CEO. I wrote, "Hi, I heard the team has questions about Process X. I trained Derek on this multiple times before I left and provided detailed instructions. I'm happy to help as a paid consultant if you'd like. Please let me know." The CEO never responded to my message, but apparently he forwarded it to Derek because an hour later, Jessica texts me saying Derek just stormed into their office demanding to know why they contacted me and what progress they'd made on Process X. Now Jessica and the team are in this awkward position where Derek knows they reached out to me for help and he's probably going to make their lives miserable because of it. Part of me feels guilty for putting them in that spot, but the other part of me is proud that I finally stood up for myself. I gave that company 28 years of my life and 4 months of free transition work. If they want more help, they can pay me for it like any other professional consultant. Derek can figure out Process X himself this time.